What is up? It is me. It is I. I am the greatest there is, the greatest there was, and the greatest there ever will be. I am greatness personified. Myself. Yes, yes, yes. Stoney Greatness, and I am here. I am here with the man of the hour. I am here with the legend, the myth, the author, the activist, the conqueror, the empowerer, the educator, the innovator, the enchanter.
Thank
you. The philanthropist. He is the man. So show some respect and bend the knee, because they come from all across the world to see the man who wears the crown that hangs 2 inches from the ground. Oh yeah, yeah. He is your king. He is my king. He is Kyng Kevyn.
Thank you, everybody. What is going on? Thank you. Okay, thank you. What's going on, everybody?
Hey.
Thank you guys for tuning into another episode of the GreatMines Show.
Yep.
So I kind of want to let them in on our secret.
Yeah.
Like for the past month.
I know we took a couple weeks off, but it's okay.
Yeah. So we were still giving you guys a show. We just wasn't doing it live. So it's kind of cool. I'm sitting here looking at like numbers again.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because like when we pre-record it, we don't get to see you guys' interaction.
You guys watch it, yeah.
So, excuse me. I would love for you guys to actually be a part of the conversation tonight. Hit the like button if you're on Facebook and on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed and join the conversation. What are your thoughts about our topics tonight? Put it in the comments
share
section
as well, because we're going to be touching on a lot of topics that I'm pretty sure a lot of you may be discussing amongst yourselves now that we have officially entered the holiday season.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that a lot of these topics are going to be coming up over the Thanksgiving table, the Christmas table even,
Well, I don't know about one of these conversations.
Right.
I don't know. Like, I'm not.
Right.
I'm not expecting that at every...
It depends on if your family watches Zeus. That gives you a little preview of what's to come. Yeah. A lot of things to talk about. Great to be back with you guys. Like I said, like, share, subscribe, all on Facebook, YouTube, all that. Do all that.
Yeah. All
so diving in, right? We are going to first lead off with some goodbyes, some very solemn news here. We're going to start off with basically acknowledging the recent death of Takeoff of the Migos. He was unfortunately shot and killed, and I believe it was Houston. But I'm not sure exactly where it was again. But comment down in the.
You didn't even have to say it. Now I'm looking at it saying like, damn, I don't know where it was.
Yeah, it's okay. Comment down in the things. Let us know, because that's why you guys are here. You guys are our co-hosts. Help us out. All right. And we'll see it, and we'll be able to let the folks know. But he was shot dead, back on November 1st. And there's a lot of conflicting reports as to what is the real deal as far as what happened as far as the events that led up to it. Yeah. One thing that has been, pretty much agreed upon is that it was...
I was about to do it again. Alright, so don't hate me, y'all, because it's a little insensitive. But something that I think they were all able to agree on is that he's dead. They all agree on that.
Yep, they sure do. Yep.
Keep going. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have did that.
People are out there like,
no disrespect.
Okay.
No disrespect.
Yeah, no, but
bad joke. Too soon.
But then we have so basically, the one thing that is agreed upon is that Quavo started an argument, okay, between two parties, and Quavo was involved. Quavo started it. Quavo was involved in an argument, which everyone around and a lot of the investigators also believe was the spark that kind of led to the events leading to Takeoff's death. There are reports that it was over a dice game, all right, because they were at a venue making an appearance. There was reports that an argument started over a dice game that was going on outside of the venue. There were reports that there was, a heated discussion centering around basketball was going on outside of the venue, I guess, while, folks were smoking and everything. So, and there are also conflicting reports as to the circumstances that, directly caused Takeoff's death, like as far as whether there's a report that says that it was that he got shot by friendly fire. Folks in Quavo's entourage responded very aggressively, and thusly he got caught in crossfire and got taken down by friendly fire. There's another report saying that the parties that were involved, that an opposing party that was involved in that argument with Quavo, during the course of the argument kind of snuck around behind him, and then when things got really heated, he grabbed Takeoff and basically shot him in the back of the head, execution style.
Okay, so now I'm getting to like the conspiracy of it all, or the scandal of it all, because when you say friendly fire being caught in a crossfire, that means okay, it's our side and their side, and I just happen to get in front of the bullet from someone who's on my side.
So somebody accident. From their side is not a good shot.
Yeah, right. Total accident, not intentional. But this other concept that someone came up from behind him, that's like so intentional. So if that is friendly fire, that's some really messed up stuff.
Right.
That's really crazy.
So yeah, there's all that going on. But and the thing that really it makes it even more crazier is the fact that there's videos of the altercation out there that floated around on social media. There's videos of the aftermath. There isn't videos of the actual shooting, or at least that the authorities have allowed to leak out. Because nowadays cops are very much linked with, and this is another reason why I don't understand the young folks nowadays, is because authorities are linked with these social media companies. They have channels. They have open channels of communication. All right, and the social media companies are going to cooperate with law enforcement because it's in the best interest of them doing business within, the country, period. All right, and so they're going to cooperate. So they're going to be able to trace things and shut it down before it even goes viral. You know what I mean? Unless people are quick to screen grab. You know what I mean? Like, that is the one thing, everybody says once it's out on the internet, it's out there. And it kind of is if somebody grabs it. If no one has ever grabbed it and it's gone, it's gone.
There's a digital footprint that we leave that even after we delete it, it can still be brought back. So it's really never
it takes some sophisticated digging and stuff like that, and you got to figure a lot of people aren't going to have the time or the money to do all that. You'd hope, but you never know. I mean,
some people got a lot of time on their hands,
right, and a lot of money in a lot of cases,
a lot of disposable money.
Yeah, so I mean, it was a very, very sad situation. Condolences before we go off, because how we like to give our 2 cents and everything else like that. But before we do that, we definitely want to give condolences to Takeoff's family and friends, as well as to the Migos and everything, because they lost a family member too.
I definitely want to add to that. You pretty much said everything that I wanted to say, but I just wanted to vocalize my condolences as well. Situation is horrible, and we can, like you said, add our opinions and our 2 cents to it. But at the end of the day, that is a life lost, and over something so stupid. So,
right.
I think it's the difference when a person is sick or they're older and they pass away. The family has had time to at least try to brace the concept of it. But when someone's taken from you, that is some traumatic stuff. I'm with you today and tomorrow I'm not.
Right.
Move on, because it gets sad.
Yeah.
Not this next one is.
Well, before we move on to this one, because I just feel like, you know, this, to me, I just have to get this out into the ether and everything. Because who knows? We could have the next young superstar, you know what I mean, watching our show right now and everything, and they could be a fan, or they may see this in passing with it being shared and everything. And I want to impress upon them that, you know, and it's crazy because we had a conversation last week about people who make it out of the hood, you know, and don't necessarily come back to the hood, and whether or not they you know what I mean, but they rep the hood all the time, and it's like, but you're not doing nothing in the hood, like where you from, you may be, but it's not like, you know, as big as what you doing over where you at, you know. So and it is, I understand, and like we were saying earlier, like when we had that conversation, understand why people do that, because there could be things and everything, ghosts and stuff like that they genuinely need to be away from in order to be successful and shining and stuff like that. But there along with that, and the thing about fame and success is that there comes a responsibility that you have to take upon yourself to not put yourself in risky and vulnerable situations.
You know, and it's, again, it sucks because I'm pretty sure they entered that situation thinking, no, we're going to play a quick game of dice and get back inside.
If it was a dice game.
If that's what it was, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm going to hope, I'm going to look at it glass half full as much as I can in this situation.
But I'm like this. You are worth millions of dollars. Okay? Millions of dollars. At a certain point in time, you know, and at a certain level of success, you have to disengage from the hood shit. Okay? I mean, we were having a conversation behind the scenes and everything. I use a different term, but, you know, it's the hood shit. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean. You know, you can't, like rich black folk cannot do hood shit. Like, you can't. You just gotta leave that behind, unless you are in it. Like, it's one thing if you were having a get together at with your crib people, with your crew, and y'all doing that, you know what I mean, or in a spades game or something like that.
City, whether I know the city or not,
right?
And
when
just
you're
like out, no,
yeah, when you're on a paid appearance, which is what they were on. You know what I mean? It's about business. I'm not trying to, you know what I mean? Like, and especially if I don't run in this city, I'm not trying to be out here because everybody is clout chasing. Whether that is good clout or whether that is bad clout. People want clout now. All right? And you can't put yourself in a situation to be somebody's mark. Like,
and you know, with your name, you're already a target.
Right.
Just because. Yeah.
I mean, people are taking advantage of where famous people say they're going on a date. You know what I mean, with they girl, like P&B Rock. You know what I mean? Like, it's that
makes it even worse because you said, like, okay, if I was like at my house with my people, P&B Rock girl set him up. Like, that's somebody that you're supposed to trust.
So, you know, I just think that, just remember, little superstar out there, once you hit a certain level of success, as much as you want to go hang out with the homies on the corner and stuff like that, you can't. Okay? You just can't. And you gotta avoid those situations.
Flip side to that is, you're not missing anything by not doing that.
Right.
Like, there's no part of life, what life has for you to experience, where they're gonna say, "Oh, well, you went out on the corner shooting craps, then you can't obtain this level of success." No one's ever going to say that. It's not worth it. It's not necessary. And I know it's more than just like out playing dice or whatever. There's other little stupid things that people get caught up in. It's just not worth it.
No, it's not. So, yeah, hearts out to everybody, you know, in that. And staying on the death train here.
How about Aaron Carter?
Yeah.
We didn't talk about him.
Yeah, we didn't talk about him, but that's sad. That's sad, too. Aaron Carter dead at age 34.
34?
Year younger than me, so, hey.
2 years older than me.
In Bizarro world. God. So, but the gay community has lost a true titan.
Pause. America has lost a true titan.
Yes, America.
Who happens to be gay.
America, yes, but Leslie did a lot.
He did, and Leslie, I don't want to minimize
his
contribution to our world.
Right, but I also want to make it clear that he's a part of our community. Okay. And that's the thing, you know what I mean? Because we like we're seeing a lot of people get uplifted, and a lot of people get uplifted for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
But when we have a pioneer and icon like Leslie Jordan, we gotta claim him. We gotta claim him.
Yeah, that one kind of like sucked.
Yeah. So he died in a car crash, y'all. If y'all already know. If y'all don't know who Leslie Jordan is, he played Beverly on Will and Grace, American Horror Story. He's in a few seasons of that. He was hilarious, said gay icon, active on all fronts and doing things for decades
and
to advance the community.
I think one of the bigger things that he's done most recently was his videos during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping everybody happy and like smiling with his crazy self. So
he will definitely be missed. And condolences to his family, friends, everybody within our community that felt some that felt feelings learning about his loss. Because it's a loss for you too. So,
yes.
So enough death.
Thank you.
Let's get to another drama. Double dose of drama coming up. So we're going to start with a little bit of drama that is very much in our wheelhouse.
I can deal with this drama. It's the
right.
This one I have very much opinions about this.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Introduce it, and then I will give my opinion.
So if you haven't been, in touch with everything, this has been reported on by both NBC News and Page 6. But if you haven't known, Dwayne Wade, all right, who is a former NBA superstar with the Miami Heat, also played for the Cleveland Cavaliers, I think, for a period of time. But Dwayne Wade, who's married to Gabrielle Union, a lot of you folks know who she is. She was, black cheerleader for the Clovers and Bring It On, among other roles. But Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union are married now. They have a bunch of kids, in addition to, I think, Dwayne Wade's 2 kids that he had with a previous marriage.
Mm-hmm.
So one of those kids that he had with a previous marriage is his trans daughter, okay, named Zaya. Zaya is her name. Her dead name, which is what trans folks call their birth name, is Zion. Okay. But Zaya Wade is basically transitioning. Like, she came out as trans, came out as gay very early, came out as trans, and is going through that transition, which includes petitioning the courts to legally change her gender as well as her name. All right. Because legally she's still known as, and in the eyes of the government and everything, she's still known as Zion and is a male. But we all know that that's not what she is, So, in that court filing, Dwayne Wade, of course, one parent is supporting that. Well, it turns out that Zion's mom, married birth mom, whose name is Siobhan Funches Wade. Okay, she's still keeping the Wade.
Of course she is. Wouldn't you?
But Siobhan Funches Wade, all right, is challenging, Zaya's name and gender change court filing, saying that Dwayne Wade, all right, it may be pressuring our child Zaya to change her name and gender. Okay, and it's a whole bunch of reporting on it in page 6 of NBC News, but Dwayne Wade did respond in an Instagram post. Okay, and he said, since this must be the new way of parenting, I guess I have to address these allegations here, which is a damn shame. Talking about on Instagram and social media and such. Okay. While I'm on a life-changing trip to our motherland, Africa, I received a social media post about me forcing our 15-year-old child to be someone she's not and to do something against her will. These are serious and harmful allegations that have hurt our children. While none of us are surprised about Siobhan's attempts to fight Zaya's identity and her unwavering attempt to drag my name through the mud, I'm very disappointed that she continuously finds ways of centering herself and her needs without regard to her children. This report came out while Zaya was in class. This is a kid who has maintained a 4.0 GPA in honors classes while navigating all this unsolicited and harmful attention, and debates about her gender and sexuality from those who are committed to not listening to her, much less knowing her. So that's what he said about this whole thing. So, you know, I think everyone knows where we're going to fall on this. I mean, we've made no secret about our support for trans folks finding their identity, and we've made no secret. Like, I mean, I've been involved in the trans community as far as working with them and coaching them and stuff like that as far as sports is concerned. And I just see them as regular folks.
I mean, because they are
regular folks. And I think that there should be, if a person has made a conscious decision, and I find it hard to believe, no matter, like, Dwayne Wade is famous already. His wife is famous. They're both wealthy in their own right. Mm-hmm. Okay? Wealthy enough to where their kids are set and their grandkids are set. Okay? Alright? And it's up to their kids to make sure that their grandkids, you know what I mean, will be set. But, like, there was, and like, there's no financial gain for him to push, right, technically his son to do something as drastic.
It's still his daughter. If Zaya said that's how she identifies, regardless of if it's been acknowledged.
No, I know that that's his daughter, but what I'm saying is no parent is going to force their kid, you know what I mean, right, especially a father.
I just want to make sure that we don't use, like, people like to use that past tense thing to misgender a person.
No, but I was making a point as to the fact that I don't think no father on this planet would ever make a conscious decision to force their son, right, to transition to being a female. No father would force that on their son, and no father would. None. Yeah. I like, you could even have, a transgendered woman father a boy, and they would not wish that on their boy. No parent would wish that on their kid. Period.
But that goes to the stigma to say, like, okay, it's two different things being said right now. To say that a person wouldn't want that for their child versus pushing it on the child.
Right. No, I'm not saying that, I'm not saying that, like, and what I mean by want, you know what I mean, is all the drama and the baggage that comes with a decision like that. You know what I mean? No parent wants that. Right. You know what I mean? Every parent wants their kid to be happy, whether or not their kid it was, misgendered or not, and I think that each parent deserves to have their own journey, You know what I mean? To acceptance or to not accept, because it's well within their right to not accept. You know what I mean? Once they reach a certain age, it is what it is. They can just wash their heads. And if that's what the parent chooses to do, then that's on them. You know? But I find it hard to believe that Dwayne Wade would pressure, you know, his kid to do something like that. You know, especially knowing everything that comes with it. You know, I'm pretty sure him and Gabrielle have talks about, you know, I'm pretty sure Gabrielle has gay friends and trans friends and stuff like that.
I'm pretty sure Dwayne does as well.
Yeah.
But taking into context where these allegations are coming from, and I don't know this woman and I don't know their history, so I don't want to necessarily pass judgment on her either. But, you know, when it goes down to, like, what are the parents doing? Like, are y'all beefing? And at this point, it kind of sucks because Zaya is being dragged in it one way or another.
Right.
By her mother, or if the allegations are true, by her father, even though I don't personally believe.
Yeah.
But it's like, damn, can I just live?
I think that we could say that those allegations, I think I'm confident with saying those allegations are completely false. I am too, but
you know, I can't, like, confirm or deny anything.
Completely false. Like as much as my father, you know, and my dad it was straight up homophobic, you know, like, yeah, and for him to, you know, come around and have his own, you know, journey to acceptance and everything else like that, I can't see a parent consciously forcing their child to do that.
Yeah, I got questions.
I can't.
You said your dad was homophobic. Mm-hmm. How did he come around? Like, what was that journey of him going from homophobic to I'm okay, I'm accepting it, or, you know, it is what it is?
I honestly wasn't there for a lot of it because I was out living my life. I was very much like out to prove a point that I could survive without them, you know. I was perfectly okay, you know what I mean? I was going to make a way without them in this world. Whether or not they accepted me or not, that was their choice, you know what I mean? And I left it like that with them. I don't need you. I'm going to prove to the fact that I don't need you. It's up to you whether or not you want to be involved in my life. And they made a choice to say, okay, well, we understand. You know, and, you know, it's not what we wanted for you, but, you know, we'll accept it, and we love you and everything. So I think that it was, I think that a big chunk of it was the fact that they did not want to live a life without being involved. You know what I mean? Without being involved with their son, you know, their firstborn son. So, and something as trivial as, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, it doesn't affect me, and if he's happy, then he's happy. So I think that was a lot of the journey and a lot of the thought pattern that went through that, you know.
And I know this isn't our main conversation tonight, but this conversation
but it plays in, yeah.
But it makes me think about the parents who have disowned their children or cursed their children or mistreat them because of their sexual identity or their gender identity. I could only imagine how difficult. And when I say I can only imagine, is literally that's all I can do is imagine because I've been blessed to not have to deal with that. Mm-hmm. But it's like that's scary to think that because most kids discover this as children. They discover their sexuality and they either suppress it or they just come out fire blazing, and neither are healthy if not like nurtured by loving parents. Mm-hmm. And like parents don't understand how vital it is to be there and to be like honest enough to say I don't understand this, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, I think that it sucks. So many people go through that and live with these traumas, and now they're in their 40s or 50s living with these traumas because, you know, they didn't have a supportive family.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was
a lot of... No, and the thing about it is, like... it's a lot of trauma that can be caused if you don't let your child be who they are and love the way that they want to love. You know what I mean? Because it's not, if your child understands the concept of love and wants to find it, you've done a service. You know what I mean? You've done a service, because there's so many people who get the wrong idea of love, and then it misconstrues their idea of companionship, and it causes a whole bunch of issues. Like, look at, and I don't want to keep bringing him up, but look at Jeffrey Dahmer. He didn't have a good example of a loving relationship, so thusly it warped his understanding of that.
That's an interesting concept for me, because there are a lot of people who are in like emotionally depleted homes, and people just find their motivation differently with the path that they choose to go on. I'm more than sure that at the start of these paths, a lot of people weren't thinking that they were going to become a Jeffrey Dahmer or whatever. But
I'm not saying that every kid is going to be a serial killer,
right? But
you don't know. Like a kid, especially with brain chemistry and things like that, you don't know. You know what I mean? And we haven't been able to study a lot of serial killers, you know what I mean, to really understand, you know what I mean, whether or not there is a certain connection in there that they're not born with, or whether or not it gets damaged. We don't know. But do you want to play that particular lottery? Is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, do you want to just say, hey, screw it, it's not going to be a serial killer, we're just going to, no, I don't want to scratch off one of them lottery tickets with my kid. You know what I mean? So that's why I make it a point.
That did not just happen.
Yeah, it did. People are calling in.
Why is my ringer even?
We don't have a phone line no more, people. All right? I'm sorry.
I feel like I that live. That number's not stored in my phone, so it could have been anybody. We should put it on speaker and just saw who it was. We have got a caller.
Like, we don't got a phone line anymore for y'all to call in. Like, that would be nice if we figured out a way. You know what I mean? And subscribe. Comment. Let us know if there's a way that we could do it, and we'll have you guys call in and let us know if you want us to bring that back in the comments. But yeah, I just don't think that any parent wants to play that type of Russian roulette. So and you got to be, you have to. It's important, to really, really demonstrate, like I said, in my opinion, love to your kids, because there is so much hate in the world. And there are so many things telling you to hate this person because they want to, do this, or hate this person because they believe in that. You know what I mean? And it's why, at the end of the day, it doesn't affect your life.
It doesn't. At all. What affects your life is the love that you sow and that you reap.
Yeah. So think about that, Chauvin Funches Wade. All right, think about that. Look at yourself right now and look at what you're doing. Is that love to your child?
Right.
You know what I mean? Are you demonstrating love to your child?
Think about your child's mental health. There's enough that she has to go through just accepting herself, knowing that she's going to face her own challenges. And then just the hormonal imbalances that happens when a person is transitioning,
right,
as is. And then, because there's nothing out here that says that Chauvin is a bad mother, or that they have a bad relationship, but you introducing this about your ex-husband and your daughter out to the world like this is dragging it, in my opinion. And I think my opinion is pretty factual.
Yeah, it's
like creating an issue that wasn't there. For what?
Right, and then the damage that you're doing.
That's my point. Like,
to your daughter,
there was no need.
Like, you gotta think about the kids, and that's the thing. Put the kids first, because at the end of the day, they just want a shot. Just like you wanted a shot. And I think that a lot of parents lose sight of the obligation when it comes to being a parent.
I do want to take it back though, because Zaya is not 18 yet.
No,
and
she's 15.
And the idea I guess I can see where her mom is coming from a little, but she just did it wrong. She's like, maybe we shouldn't change her name right now. Maybe we shouldn't change her gender on her ID.
I get it, but at 15,
you
right, knew where you were going.
But if you want to follow the legal process, then give her that opportunity, give her that option when she's 18.
I see what you're saying. I do see what you're saying.
Not to say I'm against it, definitely not. But that's a life decision that you're going to make. It should be your decision when you're of a legal age to make that decision.
Right. But she also made the decision to go by Zaya 3-4 years ago. You know what I mean? When, and she's been in the public eye, you know what I mean, for a while now, and has gone by Zaya. So she's obviously comfortable. She's obviously this, and you can tell when it is a decision, and you have to respect that decision. At the end of the day, lady, I genuinely feel like you got to do it for your kid. At the end of the day, you got to show love for your kid, and the way to show love for your kid is to support them in the person who they say that they are. Believe them.
That's the thing to do. Honestly, now that's the answer. Mm-hmm. Her connecting with her daughter,
right,
and see how her daughter really feels instead of just making an allegation. Let's sit and talk. How do you feel? Do you connect with this? How can I support you? Can I be there with you when you go to the court to make sign those papers? That's how a parent should respond.
Right.
But people are brought up differently, and sometimes we allow our political or religious views skew our humanity.
Right. When it shouldn't. Because at the end of the day, we're all people just trying to get along.
Exactly.
Speaking of people getting along,
these people don't.
Yeah, we're going from trying to get people to get along to just reveling in people not getting along, because it is so fun and so juicy.
And I might tune out on this one a little bit because there's a history behind what we're talking about, and I'm not fully aware of all of the history. Number one. Number two, there are people that I personally know who are involved in this, so as to not ruin my friendships or put myself in a space by lending an opinion on my friends, I don't want to get too involved in this conversation. I do believe that it is a very entertaining conversation. I personally will recuse myself of lending too many opinions, because I'm going to have something to say, but from lending too much of an opinion, and certain stories he's going to talk about, I'm not even going to touch.
We're going to stay away from friends of the shows. We understand, because we had a friend of the show on the show who competed on the show.
Yeah.
And they and thusly they are friends with friends of other friends of the show. So, we love them very, very much.
No, one of the main culprits on that show that we've been talking about is a friend of mine. Because we got that whole hookah situation.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So we're going to stay away from them, and their drama, you know what I mean, and everything else like that. We're mainly going to focus on the key people. I'm sorry to, and friends, please don't take that as a slight that y'all aren't key people, okay?
They know that's not the case.
Yeah,
they know the way I love them. So.
Yeah, it's not a slight. It's just that facts are facts. Friend didn't win, so we're gonna be talking about mainly the drama that's going on with the winner.
Don't y'all hate when somebody give y'all a long, drawn out intro and still ain't get to the point yet to at least introduce the story? Let us introduce this story.
Anyway, we're gonna be talking about Bobby Lights and his whole thing with the cast of his recently wrapped show on Zeus Network, Bobby I Love You Purr.
Now let me tell you.
Actual title, Bobby I Love You Purr.
The things I would love to say.
Like how they begged you to be on the show, but we said no.
No.
See, I'm always trying to be spicy.
You are, exactly.
You always got to throw water on it.
Because you're going to give Chris a whole lot of work. That's why I say that. You're going to give Chris a whole lot of work.
Oh, Chris don't mind it. He like excitement.
No. No, you're going to have him trying to repair some shit. Oh, anyway, no, go ahead. This show is a show. It's a show.
So, long story short.
It's on Zeus.
Yeah, it's on Zeus. That should let you know, all right? The home of Joseline's Cabaret and Bad Boys, L.A., which gave us such gems like Milan Christopher and Joseline Hernandez. More, I guess, because we already had her, but Zeus gave us more. But, right. So show background about the Bobby I Love You Per is basically, it was a dating show for Bobby Lights. Why he's famous, I don't know. All right.
He was on Love and Hip Hop Miami. He's Trina's cousin.
Okay.
So
he's Trina's gay cousin. All right.
So he popped up on Love and Hip Hop Miami because of her.
Yeah.
And he started getting in the mix of everybody else's mix and everything like that. So he built up a little bit of a.
So he's like, what's his face on Real Housewives? What was on Real Housewives of Atlanta? What was the dude's name that used to always come around with the botch face and stuff like that? I forgot what his name was. Dwight, yes, Dwight. So he was a Dwight.
He wasn't a Dwight per se.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into that too much. I'm not going to talk about dumb people in Atlanta. We're talking about Miami right now.
Anyway, Bobby.
So Bobby builds up this big old thing, and I think one of the things that really started getting him like seen, I forget what award show it was, where Lil Nas X was performing, and Bobby like is in this hot pink outfit with the like chaps on though, with his ass out.
Yeah.
And like being extra next to Lil Nas X, like ooh. No, Bobby.
And the crazy thing is, if you look at pictures from years ago, Bobby was actually a cute boy. And then he went and got all... Like, I don't... But apparently, Zeus decided to give him a dating show. And there were people who were competing for his love. Okay? So, on that show, we met folks like friend of the show, Savage. Friend of the show. All right. We met Dingaling. All right. Who you may know on what's it, the Twitter as GAK Trizzy.
Oh my gosh, you heard how he said that on the Twitter?
Yeah, I know. I'm old. Then you got Go Hard, whose real name is Cash. Then you had Rerun, whose real name is Andre. And then you had a dude named Island Boy. All right, so they're all competing, and the finals was Rerun, who is Bobby's ex-boyfriend, who showed up literally the day that they were shooting. I guess it was a surprise from Zeus to bring in his ex-boyfriend to compete for his love, but he made it all the way to the finals along with Island Boy. Okay. And the winner happened to be Island Boy. All right, he's from the Bahamas. His real name is Jameson. I don't know if I said that. I don't think I said that. But he's from the Bahamas, and everything. He's a very good-looking guy. Good-looking guy, tall, dark, handsome. Well, here's where the drama starts, right? So he wins. He's supposed to be competing for Bobby's love, and he was really going ham during the show. So basically, the night of the finale airing, okay, or right after the finale airs, social media is abuzz, okay, because Go Hard, who competed on the show, and Island Boy, who competed on the show and won the show, came out as a couple. Mm-hmm. Now, it's a lot of drama behind that, okay, because on the show, right, Island Boy was screwing around with somebody who wasn't even on the show. Okay, one of the contestants, his name's Hot Wheels. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why. All right, because he was paralyzed from the waist down, so he was in a wheelchair. Okay.
Who named him that?
Bobby, named Hot Wheels. Oh, and Roland Ray.
Can I be done?
No, because this is our show.
So I want to go grab some water while you tell them this.
So on the show, Island Boy is caught, doing things with Hot Wheels handler, because Hot Wheels had a handler come on the show to help him, be able to compete and everything else like that, because he's in a wheelchair. Well, come to find out that Island Boy and the handler were doing a little something on the side. On the show, Bobby calls out the handler, calls out Island Boy. It's a whole dust up, all right? So there's drama behind that, okay? But after all that, he ends up winning the show, like I said. So we come to shortly after where they come out as where Go Hard, whose real name is Cash, and Jameson, whose name on the show is Island Boy. So Island Boy and Go Hard, Cash and Jameson. All right, keep it straight. They came out as a couple. All right. Well, it turns out that Bobby, right, so apparently Bobby and Island Boy were together for a few weeks, maybe a month or two, after the show, before apparently he got with, Go Hard or Cash. And Bobby paid Island Boy's rent, apparently. Okay. While Island Boy and Bobby were out making appearances and stuff like that, and hanging out with famous people, apparently, Bobby got Island Boy to do coke, and they were doing all types of drugs. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of drama. Lies. People are lying on each other. Bobby got Jameson's OnlyFans shut down, working on his Instagram. Like, I think the Bull Cash has a whatchamacallit too, a OnlyFans. A lot of them have an OnlyFans. Rerun Andre, his ex, got an OnlyFans. Just saw him on Twitter playing with his meat. Like, it was wow. Yeah. A lot of them now got OnlyFans.
We still talking about these guys?
So yeah, because they are now entering, your world, and they are subjects within your kingdom. They may soon have to pay taxes. So we gotta talk about them. We gotta let them know here, because this is where they come to get the king's news and know what's going on with the king. But yeah. So Zeus, you guys did it again. Like, I don't understand how you guys are just pumping out this delicious filth, but you guys are doing it, and it's delicious, and I feel terrible because it's nothing but high fructose corn syrup and sodium, and it's just so goddamn good. Like, like I love all this drama. I love it. So, so how is it that, like, what do you think about the drama that stemmed from this show? Because again, you have contestants now on the show that are now a bigger couple than the person that the show was about. Like,
I think that's ironic that a couple is formed from the show, just not with the main person in the show. Mm-hmm. That the show is named after.
But the winner.
I would think that would be right with the winner.
Yeah.
So it's like, why did y'all go through all that? Because y'all already was planning this. I feel. I haven't watched the show, so I don't know. So I'm literally just assuming that these two people were building something behind the scenes the whole time.
They might have.
Hey.
They might have. I mean, it sounded like it with a lot of stuff that's going on social media, all of the shows that they've been on ever since, and stuff. Like, it sounds like it's a lot. It sounds like it's a lot.
I would be pissed if I were Bobby. I would be so pissed. Like, wasted all my time. Could have went to somebody else. If it was like a legit situation, to turn around and
could have had you.
Well,
oh damn! No, Bobby gotta know. No.
Maybe when I was a little bit younger.
Says.
Maybe when I was a little bit younger. Not now. Yeah.
Oh, he said. Oh, 4. You got 4, Bobby. Sorry.
I don't be putting nobody out there or calling nobody out ever, but I just.
Oh goodness! What if Zeus came with a bag? Because apparently Zeus came with a
bag to do what?
Huh?
A bag to do what?
To be on the show.
I don't know if they could pay me enough.
Oh. Ooh.
You know.
Well, I'll be the judge of that, Zeus. And if you're thinking about it,
he'll be the buffer for that. I'll be the judge of it. He'll be the buffer.
If you're thinking about it, well, I wouldn't bring it to you if it wasn't worth anything. So I'll be the judge of that. Like I said,
even down to whatever he presents to me, I'm still the judge of that. So at the end of the day, like it better be, I better be looking at some jackpot type money.
What do you mean? I wouldn't. We talking. We would start. I'll be like, oh, are we starting? Where are we starting? Preferably 6, but we'll consider 5. We're talking about figures.
I know
figures.
I know
figures now.
I can't.
Maybe 6. 6. 6 figures.
How many episodes?
Huh?
How many episodes? Right.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm going to turn down 6 figures.
Yeah, exactly. You better not.
But let's be realistic now.
Right. Zeus ain't coming with no 6 figures.
They're not.
We not.
In the beginning of the story, I started to laugh at myself laugh within myself because I was thinking about that interview that Jocelyn did with Wendy Williams. And Wendy was like just being Wendy. And Jocelyn was like, no, but Wendy, you not, we look up to you and you're not giving us younger woman credit. You didn't mention the fact that I got the #1 show on TV right now. And Wendy said, that's on Zeus.
Mm-hmm. True. Very, 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 one of the very few moments where I'm like on Wendy's side.
So it's like, what I've seen on that network is not my brand.
Yeah.
That's the clean way to say it.
True.
That's not my brand at all.
It's not.
So it wouldn't make sense for them to put me on. Unless they, started to add other things that wasn't what they are known for.
Right.
Which they would have to have some time to build out to be known for more before I can say, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they would want you to be the
can't be
the explorer.
Won't do it.
No, you're not gonna be the guinea pig.
I'm getting older. You know that, right? I'm getting older, and like I'm not saying that older. Everything has everything has to be a sure bet 100% of the time. But like I can't be their experiment.
Prove it.
I can't be their experiment.
I get it.
You need to walk in the door knowing.
So. I can't wait till the reunion comes out. Hopefully the reunion will be out soon.
I saw a clip for the reunion.
I would love. Oh my gosh! I think we might do a watch joint for the reunion at Castle Greatness because I just want to see you.
Better half of Greatness because I don't know if I want to sit through that.
No, no. I just want to see you just react to all the aftermath. That's going to be the fun stuff. Is just seeing him just like.
Have you guys realized over the past year there's been a progression of me becoming a more and more older grumpy man?
It's alright. It's okay. You gotta watch these craziness. The craziness because this is the way of the future. It's the way of the future.
No, I hope not. This is
all the kids.
We were talking about radio.
All the kids.
You were talking about radio waves going out to into space or whatever.
Oh, this is all digital. So the good thing is that it's locked in.
So like I'm just saying, like imagine if like some faraway civilization comes across us and look at that as representation of us.
Mm-hmm. It's sad. It's sad.
Yeah.
But Jerry Springer's already floating out there already. So, can't do no worse than that.
Craziness comes in all colors.
Can't do no worse than that.
Well, I'm sure you can.
But yeah, comment down in the comments if what you think about this whole Bobby Light situation. Whether or not you team Island Boy, whether Island Boy Cash, whether or not you team, Savage and all that's going on that we didn't talk about because it's out there. Go out there, find it. Let us know in the comments what you think. We team Savage over here, I guess. Yes.
I don't know the story.
Oh God.
So I'd like to say team neutral.
I showed you the story before we got on.
No, when I saw the story, it was already an argument.
Yeah.
So what led to that, I don't know.
We don't know. Hey, speaking of which, friend of the show, if you want to come on our show and talk about it, let us know. We'll arrange it. Because we love the drama. Especially when the drama will drive eyes.
Jesus.
Yeah, so. Yeah, and speaking of something that you all should have your eyes on immediately, alright? Make sure that you all go to KevynM.com.
We got something for that too.
Alright, yes. Feast your eyes on that. There we go. Bam, look at that. Magic finger. Yeah. We got that going on. So go down to that website there, KevynM.com, and get yourself a nice, lovely copy of
A Life of Lust. Remember, was a V porn star.
Yeah.
This is an autobiography that has bills falling out of it.
Oh goodness.
But that I wrote with the intent to give you guys a further insight into my journey to being who I am today, from the preacher, the porn star, the philanthropist, the photographer, the artist, all of that stuff. And it gives you some really intimate accounts of moments in my life, from sad to happy to scary to angry, really good read. So I would love for you guys to support. Go now to KevynM.com, purchase your copy of A Life of Lust. The books are $25 plus shipping, and you won't regret it. All of the orders that I get, I will personally sign for the rest of the month. Actually, how about that? I will personally sign for the rest of the month all the books that are ordered. So, that being said, I was about to show you.
Yeah. It's okay. We don't need to stand up anymore. Show off the lovely art by yours truly.
Yeah, I think we should do that too. We should feature different pieces that you guys could buy.
Yeah.
If you're interested. So
KevynM.com for more information and to reach out to us if you are interested in buying any of the lovely art pieces that you see here on the
He's about to take us way back.
I was going to take it way back on the GreatMines Show. Yeah.
Yes.
Because that's where we are.
I know. Show. Jesus.
I know. We used to look with the call-in line and everything.
Yes. Got a caller.
Like, share, and subscribe if you get that reference. So, yeah. Thank you guys for coming today. It was awesome. Great show.
Yes, awesome show.
All right.
So, if we really do need for you guys to support the show by liking, commenting, sharing it. And if you haven't already subscribe to us on YouTube. We're going to keep these shows coming, so you might as well just subscribe and get a notification by turning on the bell. Hit that little bell so you get a notification every time we're going live and we have something juicy to talk about.
Thank y'all for coming. God bless you. Good night.